she loves to travel. She's traveled to London, to Madrid, and other places around the world. And here today she is to tell us about her story. And she is, as you can see, standing next to me, this young, vibrant woman who will tell you the story of her life. And I think for the scientist here, and for all of you, it's going to be an incredible story, one that will motivate us to go to do research in the lab, and I hope will motivate all of you on this beautiful day in Southern California to realize what great lives we have and how we can help, take that power and use it to advantage these young people in the HD community. Judit, welcome.
Thank you so much, Peter, for this lovely introduction. And thank you to everybody to inviting me here to share my story. A story that begins 3 years ago when my dad was surprisingly diagnosed with Huntington disease. In our family, had never heard of it. Apparently, my grandfather had HD, but he and my grandma lived far away from us, and we were never told. Shortly after my father was diagnosed, my brother and I chose to go and have genetic testing to see if we had also inherited the Huntington disease gene. We both chose to know because we wanted to have an idea how our future would look so we could prepare. Neither of us wanted that no hanging over our heads. We couldn't live with that uncertainty. When the results came back, it was confirmed that I did inherited the HD gene and my brother did not, which I'm really happy of that. When I learned of my positive result, I felt upset, helpless, angry, like I was fighting against the world. I felt like every dream I was working for went away. There are many different ways of dealing with news like this. Dealing with news like this has many layers. One layer will be living each day working through a cocktail of depressive thoughts. Another layer will be living life fast and hard because you feel like time is running out. There have been so many days that I felt life wasn't worth it, especially the first year. When I through 3 stages, the first stage was denial, thinking this is not happening to me. I live in London, keeping this news all to myself, not telling my friends or colleagues, and avoiding my positive result. The second stage for me was anger. It was like I didn't want to know, but part of me wanted to know. This was the year I decided to focus on myself because it was a way to avoid the situation at home. The third stage was when I started to understand and accept the situation. This was the most important. This was when I decided to create a new version of myself. Change comes from within. We are the owners of every single change in our life. I started feeling that my previous values, interests, goals, and concerns were changing. Then, such as butterfly leaving its cocoon, I discovered a new version of myself, where quality applied to every single portion of my life. I began to focus on the importance of spending quality time with people I love, like my family, and those I care the most about. Quality to me means not living fast and crazy. It means that we can take our values and focus on the simplicity, such as that of the Mediterranean lifestyle. In my case, the Mediterranean lifestyle provided me with the order and the structure to convert my new life. I am now in the process of writing a guide to share the ways that I have chosen so that it might possibly help others, whether or not they have a disease. I focus on challenging myself by adopting an active and healthy lifestyle, which includes daily exercise. Food choices for me became important. I decided to start eating quality, fresh and seasonal and natural foods. We may not have control over our destiny, but we do have control in our lifestyle choices and in our attitudes. To conclude my message, I want to tell you where my family stands today. Before we knew about Huntington's disease, my family was very dysfunctional. We did not know or understand what was going on with my father. During this time, my family was not close. Both my brother and I preferred not to be at home. Once we found the reason that explained what had been going on, my dad, and after I had accepted my positive gene status, adopted my new positive attitude. Our family became close. We are now closer than we have ever been, and we are optimistic and cherish each moment together. This journey has caused me to discover that Huntington's disease has a phase where HD is not just something horrible. It is also something that can be positive. Instead of focusing on what you have lost, you can choose to focus on what you have gained. And I would like to say that one of the things which I have gained is meeting wonderful people as Linda Pimental and all his family. Thank you so much, everyone, because I would like to say that spending quality time today and tomorrow and the rest of the days of my life with Huntington is gonna make me happy, and I'm not gonna change my life for anybody else. Thank you so much. You there?
I would like to invite Frances Saldana, our president, to come up. Frances has a few words to share, and then we'll be back to the